turn on. Hold on, hold on. Oh yeah, I'm here. What's happening, people? It is your boy Spaces, man, and we here today with the boy, with my guy, Irko. What's up, my dude? What is the deal?
How we doing, family?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Man, this is the man, the myth, the legend, Irko. You may have heard him on a couple different projects, and maybe you knew, maybe you didn't know. He's the man behind the music and his beautiful brand new studio that's over there. And oh my goodness, I have watched this build from the beginning all the way until now. And man, I have to tell you, bro, that thing looks amazing, bro. I have to come and visit, man, at some point in time, man.
It's a must.
Definitely a must, man. So, man, I know there's a lot of people that's going to be jumping on throughout everything over here. So we'll just kind of get started, man. So, will you tell the wonderful, wonderful people where you are from, man, originally?
For sure. I was born and raised in a town near Venice, Italy. Place very far removed culturally and geographically from where I am today, Los Angeles, California.
Ah,
And
L.A.
yeah, it has definitely been a quite literally a trip. And I've been very fortunate that music took me around the world.
Yeah, man.
And you know, literally across the planet several times over.
For real, right?
Yeah.
Man, so tell me this though, where did everything start? Like where did the engineering, producing, music career start for Irko?
It started with me as a kid messing around with stereos and EQs and, the car stereo, the living room stereo. It didn't really
Yes.
matter. The boombox, it didn't matter. I just had to go over there and find the right EQ for the proper settings for the playback that I was having. That was even before I was into any kind of music, really. So to
Yeah.
me, I always say that engineering, the sound, the audio, and that love and everything that pertained and evolved around that was the first love.
Mm,
Obviously, that it is tied to music, of course, but the first
absolutely.
thing was the audio first.
And you're talking about the pure analog audio back then where you had to have the equipment to do a lot of the things you can do now digitally. So I think back then, man, you had to love it. If you didn't, it was just too much to deal with. Back then, man, having the things that you can carry on your laptop now and your MacBook or whatever now is you can I mean you're hosting a whole studio in your MacBook, and
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Um, so let me ask you this, man. I've worked with you, man. We worked together back. I think that was what 2017, man. It was that
Yeah. Something like that.
something like that. One thing I noticed about you, and just getting everything set up. There was a certain approach that you were making based on whatever that thing was. So how do you approach every different artist, every different project, every different whether if it's a live band, whether if it's studio session, how do you approach it? How do you get your mind wrapped around the different things that you have to have for that session?
My thinking is that I always, I say I put my bow tie on the audio that I work on. That's kind of like my signature sound, I guess we can say, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, but that is always substantially secondary. Maybe secondary is not even the right word. It's like as of support to the vision of the artist, the producer, the talent, the song, whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. So ego is always checked out the door. So yes, I have massive toolbox of things that I can do, techniques and strategies, and
Yeah.
creative solutions that I can come up with based on whatever the situation is at hand. But ultimately, it's all totally about the vision of the talent, whether if that's the producer or the artist, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Or actually, more than anything, usually it's the song that's the real boss. It's the song that dictates what's what, right?
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
of course, the song usually comes from the producer and the artist, obviously, but chances are in the, I can have substantially more mileage on the audio, on what it pertains to audio, but at the end of the day, it does not matter. And it's the song that needs to be working, and it's
Right.
the song that needs to be moving the 100,000 people at the stadium or whatever the case may be. So
Absolutely.
that's how I look at it. Like, I have a lot of tools at this point. There's nothing that I have not done several times over. So I have a big experience that I use to my advantage so that I can make better records for my clients. But ultimately, it's all about the song.
Absolutely, man. And I would think that you have to have a lot of knowledge, because I remember like being there. We was getting rocky together. There was a certain mic that you would use, or there was a second mic that you would use, and knowing, um, having to know like the breakdown of that mic and how it would sound with his vocal. You have to have a lot of knowledge to do that, especially even with the compression, and all of the cables that you had to run from this thing to that thing that makes sense to that particular project. I would think that you have to have a lot of information on those different things and how they would sound versus different vocals.
That's why they usually say that the best mixers are seasoned ears, people that have been around enough to know their tools. It's like
Yeah.
whenever you see the older guy at Home Depot, that motherfucker knows
Right.
what's what. He can tell you where to go at Home Depot.
Yeah.
When you're messing with the guy that just started on Wednesday, it's like, I don't know, I gotta ask somebody. That's the kind
Yeah.
of
He know about the wood. Oh, you need a 2x4 or 4x4. You know what? I think you need a 4x4. Yeah, that dude can get you all the way around that
yeah.
thing, man. That's crazy, bro. I thought it was very cool, man. Like being there, and I'm a sponge, man. I remember being there, and I remember watching every little thing that you were doing, and I was just sitting. I remember sitting. There's a picture I have like sitting right beside you. And I remember that moment, and I was like, dang, I wonder why he's doing this or why he's doing that. But then, like, the final product came, the final product of that came out, even in the studio session within that amount of time. And I'm like, man, this guy is a freaking genius to know to make that sound like that in that amount of time. Things that it would take, a guy like myself a long time. Man, I'd be the new guy that just started on Wednesday at Home Depot trying to find out where the door's at, and I don't know where the door's at. Yeah, man. So man, let me ask you this, man. Biggest album of the year, bro. Biggest album of the year, man. Before we go into that, just tell the people some of the guys you've worked with before we get to him.
Oh, well, the my first lucky and big break was definitely with Jay-Z back in 2006, when we did Kingdom Come.
Kingdom
That was the
Come.
first, the big, the doors started to open up a little bit easier
Yeah,
at that time. It was
absolutely.
my first gold and platinum award.
Oh,
Eventually got two of those for that record.
yeah,
And so that was a little bit of no, not a little bit. It was life changing for me.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
Coming from a different country, a lot of dreams, but I still showed up in this country with a bag of clothes,
Right,
and that's it. I didn't have anything, didn't know nobody.
right,
My family's not in the
right.
music business, and it's on the other side of the planet. I know nobody. So it was tough, at first.
Yeah,
And it still is, man. Shit. I mean, it's not like it's easy, but that was like the first thing. And since because of the affiliation of my name with that album, and that the stature of the artist, of course, too, a lot of other doors started to open up, and one of them, eventually it was like it's just the snowball effect
yeah.
of getting from one project to the next, to the next, to the next.
It's a long
Just
list of them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's, oftentimes guys that are starting, they often ask me, how do I get to the big ones? And it's like, you don't get to the big ones. You get a bunch of small ones, and eventually the peers around you grow together with you.
Right.
And it just so happened that 15 years later, the people that still are around you are the same ones that are doing the big stuff.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so there is no shortcut to get to the big guys. I mean, anything can happen, of course,
Yeah.
but for the most part, that's how it usually works.
Absolutely, man. So now we've got that out of the way, man. One of the biggest albums of the year, if not the biggest album of the year. You had hands in it, man. Donda and Kanye West, bro. Now, I gotta start here, bro. How did it feel hearing him say your name on Drink Champions, bro?
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like he gave you bigs up, like specifically. He said your name, and I know that had to be like a special moment when that happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was cool. Obviously, he did not need to do that. Yeah, it was just out of the blue, really. I just got like a shower of text messages and hit up, people hitting me up like, "Hey, yo, yeah, he just mentioned you on Drink Champs." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
Then the
man.
thing is, like, that show was like 2 hour plus, so I
Yeah,
was like, when did he, like, I'm not sitting here listening to the whole thing, which I eventually, of course,
yeah,
did.
yeah, man. It was crazy because like I watched it before I knew that he said it. I saw him talking because I always trying to see what he's talking about or see what he's saying. He's always saying something, bro. So I
Yeah.
heard it. I say, "Whoa, did he just say Irko name?" I had to go back again. I said, "Oh, he did say Irko name." So it was funny because I was about to text you, and I saw on Instagram. I said, "Oh, well, I'm sure he knows now. Everybody else have beat me to the punch. They beat me to the text, man." I was like, "Oh man," but that had to be crazy, man. So let me ask you this, man. Like, how did that come about, bro? Like, what was the like? How did you get to that person, that album, Grammys, everything, bro? Like, how did it come about?
Yeah, well, it's that same snowball that we were talking about earlier. It just keeps rolling. Has been rolling for 20 years now, more than 20 years now, and you know, the last maybe 5 years, I've been very very busy, and uh, you know, it's to the point that I have two guys working for me here now, and it just keeps growing,
Dang,
and I'm
man.
very very happy about that.
Yeah.
The kind of projects that I'm getting my hands on um are better, always more diverse. The reach has been, huge. Like just this week, I've been mixing for Europe, New Zealand, England, of course,
Wow.
the States. It's all over the map, everywhere. South America, everywhere. And it's interesting because LA, as always, and even more so in the last maybe 15, 20 years, has been the this magnet of a lot of music production, right?
Yep.
From everywhere. And
Absolutely.
it feels like oftentimes there's like this influx of people coming to LA to either produce or record or finish, mix their project. And despite COVID and all, we're still doing it real hard. And now that I finally have my building finished, almost finished, and we're not even open for business, and we're solidly booked.
No.
We're not even open, man. Like we literally,
For
studio
real.
two, studio one is almost finished, but actually the construction part that you see right now, that's all complete.
Yeah.
But the wiring is not complete. Studio two is not complete. And I got a session starting on Thursday, 2 days from today.
Oh man.
It's gonna go for over a month. And the studio's not even done. I don't even have my plaques up in the lounge yet. And
That's
people are coming in.
crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's
That is
so
crazy,
I'm very
man.
happy, man. Like a lot of things are happening, and Donda has just been the cherry on top of everything. Not to downplay it, of course, it was
Yeah.
amazing. It
Yeah.
was, one of the biggest years for me in my entire career, obviously. But it's not like it happened like that, and now life has changed. It hasn't. It's all the same as it has been since years and years. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe my name has been more online and stuff like that
Yep.
because of the affiliation of a record that has well over 2 billion streams now.
Yeah.
So that's of course a very major accomplishment, but it's been crazy. It's been
Absolutely,
crazy
man.
for a long time,
Absolutely.
man.
Man, That's crazy, bro. I know I have a track that I just produced, man. And it's all in Spanish. And you, when you was talking about being around the world, man, and I had like a lot of fun producing this track because it was something completely different from me. And when you hear it, if you hear anything else I've ever did before, it sounds way out there somewhere else. And it shocked me when I came up with it. I was like, whoa. And it's like that, it pulls you. It pulls you in a different place and pulls you away from the norm and different things like that. So I love the fact that you are doing, across the world with what you're doing, man. I got a question for you, man. Can you tell us who's in there Thursday, brother? Anybody? No, I'm just messing with you. No. Man, so dude, let me ask you this, man. Uh when like moving on from like donda, bro, like is it does it feel different? How do you let go of donda and all of the things that came with it? By the way, I saw your pictures at the Grammy, dog. I loved it, bro. Loved it, bro. Like, how do you move on? Is it easy to move on to the next project? Is there a part of you just that is enjoying the Donda success?
Yeah, there's it's the most effective business card ever.
Yeah,
I'm kind of known for
for
my
sure.
yeah, right. I'm kind of
Absolutely,
known for
bro.
my online memes and shit, and that's very
Yeah, for
effective.
sure, bro.
I'm a creative kind of guy, so I get down with my memes.
Absolutely,
but
man. Absolutely, bro.
but that being said, of course, Donda is one of the best business cards ever. Look up who mixed the album, and
It's
I'm like,
crazy, bro. Yeah. They should have your picture on it just like that, bro.
yeah, like that. Yeah,
Have you ever met Kanye, bro? Like, have you ever like
yeah, of
you met
course,
him?
of course.
Yeah. Oh man, that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's cool, bro. That's
Yeah, yeah. We
cool,
were in the
man.
stadium for like a week. And yeah, 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 of course, of course.
Yeah. I know when he did like his mindset, bro, when it comes to the music and his whole um his album, his listening party, that was crazy. The whole
Yeah,
idea of it was just insane to put that much into it, but it paid back its dividends from doing that. But
definitely.
most people would probably look at it something like that and be like, oh no, I'm not gonna spend that kind of money on something that I don't know if it's gonna come back or not.
Yeah.
But not Kanye. He's gonna go all the way with it, bro. He's gonna go all the way. Did you go to one of the listening parties?
So I went to Atlanta after the second one, like a few days after the second one, and I started mixing.
Mm,
I was there for about a week. Then I spent another few days in a studio right there by the stadium, by the way.
mm-hmm,
And then after that, I came back to LA, which is where I finished it right here. And so shortly after, actually, right before the third listening party, the one in Chicago, I think it was, right?
mm-hmm.
Those were all my mixes,
Oh,
but I did not go. No, so I watched it online. I watched it on off of the computer, basically.
got you. Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get to experience it in at the stadium, although I was at in Atlanta at the stadium to
Right,
mix it. But of course, it was in a stadium, so I couldn't really properly work there. So
right.
it was all
Mm-hmm.
headphones work, basically.
Yeah, that's crazy,
So no,
bro.
I didn't get to hear it at the stadium, but I witnessed it, and it was great
Yeah.
just seeing it, on the screen. It was
Have
incredible.
Have you ever seen anything like that for a listening party before?
No, of course not.
Not
Not that way.
at all. Not at all, man. Dude, that's crazy, man. So what does the future of Irko look like, bro? 5, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, what does it look like in your mind, in your head?
Man, who knows in 10, 15 years? I wouldn't know. But I'm very in a very, very happy place right now with my career and the building being finished. That took, 5 years, so that
Hmm.
was that was a big accomplishment for me to just being here, with the lights on and stuff.
Right, absolutely, man, absolutely.
But as a, besides that, just continue in this trajectory and do my thing as I always do. I have, you know, the team. That's the big thing.
Yeah, yeah.
For many years, for decades, I've been a solo practitioner.
I
Just being
know,
me,
absolutely, man,
just me.
absolutely,
That's it. But now I've been building a team around me to win big altogether
absolutely.
and do bigger things, because it's only by having a team that you can accomplish more than just one person can,
Right,
which up until now it has been me and that's it.
right.
So I think that's going to be the next big goal, to expand even more so than what I am doing today, which is already, of course, uh, you know, a big accomplishment. Going from
Absolutely.
being by myself, immigrant, bags
Absolutely.
in hand, to having, a
Yeah,
place of
man.
business and drive around my interesting cars.
Yeah, man. I know, dude. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I can't even get into that right now. But we gonna go there one of these days, bro. Man, I watched Kai, man, when he was there. When I think I'm saying his name right. Kai, he was the assistant there. When I came out, was that guy's name
Hmm.
Kai? Yeah, that's
Yes,
Kai.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So seeing like where he's at now, I've seen him produce some major albums. I know he did. Um, what's the guy's name, man? Kevin Gates. I know he did Kevin Gates. He did some more of the top, top name albums out there, man. And to see like where he kind of started from almost with him being an assistant, man, and he was there helping, and to
Yep.
see him like branch off and do the things that he's done. I keep in contact with him. I talk to him every now and then. I reach out to him and just let him know that I'm seeing him. I see you, and then I see everything you're doing, man. So I feel like it'll be good, that the team around you they can learn a lot from you, bro, um, and just kind of just build the team even stronger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Well, I tell you this, man. If you ever need, brother, if you ever need a producer, man, just let me know, bro. I'm a call away.
You know it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, dude, man, I am gonna let you go. I know you're a busy man, bro. You're a busy man, and I just want to thank you, bro, for coming on and hanging out with us, man. I got some of the people on. I have Jesper. I think this is his name. Said it's about time Irko got a Grammy. Congrats, master. Well deserved. So yeah, man. There you go, my guy, man. Um, anything you want to put out there, man? Anything you want to put out there? Things you got coming up? Anything people will be looking for? Anything like that?
Yeah, the next hit on the charts is gonna be
Yeah.
coming from this place right here.
Yeah. Now let me find out that this next hit is gonna be this Thursday coming. That would be funny, man. You have a hit and your studio not all the way up yet, man. That'd be amazing, bro.
Oh
That'd be
yeah,
amazing, man.
yeah.
Absolutely, bro. Man, I appreciate you, bro. I
Of
appreciate you,
course,
man. We'll connect again.
anytime.
And man, see you in your great success. Maybe one day I'll, have a Grammy out there and we'll meet each other there or something like that, bro.
That will be awesome, man. Let's do it. Let's do it
let's
together.
let's do it, my boy. Let's do it, man. Well, cool, man. I'm gonna get let you go, man. And I thank you for coming on, man. You have a good one, my boy.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
All right, man. Do the same.
Okay, bye
All
bye.
right.